Alrighty, so there seems to be a balance update for coming out tomorrow, and we got the update notes here. This is a patchy kind of hotfix kind of thing for the whole outcry about the support strike that's been going on. I got my thoughts on it, but I haven't really been talking about it. But so far, like there has like the whole strike thing has been like everybody's like, oh, Necro said this. Like he said something in season one. Like he's not affecting the strike thing. The thing about it's just nobody wants to play support right now because they're getting ganked from every single corner. That's why people don't want to play support. Like to them, like this season feels like absolute garbage just because, hey, I gotta fight off 5 people while I'm trying to heal you. And it's like I don't want to deal with it. This is supposedly to address that, but we'll take a look at it. I don't think it's going to be enough. Again, it is a hotfix patch, so it's not really a like mid-season update or anything like that. But let's go ahead and get into it and just see what the changes will be for tomorrow. We're starting off with Captain America, reduced base health from 650 to 600. Captain America has been very annoying. Captain America feels near unkillable when he's just bouncing in the back line and then returning back to his team. And he's making that change so quickly. I don't think reducing his base health is enough for that. It's like, I don't even think his base health is the problem. It's more so like he can go into the back line, then he ults. Now he's unkillable in his ult. I don't understand why his ult heals him. His ult should do something else. I don't like his ult. But the main problem is his shield mostly, because how he can bounce around, and because he's hard to hit, for the majority of the player base. It's more, I bounce around, you can't hit me, and I'm going to jump around your supports for the next 5 minutes, and there's nothing you can do about it. His base health, I think it's just a shield. Like his shield needs to be able to reflect damage a lot less. Like you need to be able to break his shield a lot easier, and that would open up opportunities to actually punish him. And at the moment, like because of his shield, there's not that, the opportunity is just not there. It's going down to Doctor Strange, decrease energy cost to unleash the Eye of Agamotto ultimate ability from 3400 to 3100. I'm fine with this. Everyone's talking about, oh, Strange is nerfed. Strange sucks now. It's like, Strange is fine. Like, you guys have gotten so used to be able to just walk into the enemy team and just obliterate them into non-existence because of how powerful his E ability was. It's like he's been brought more in line to where he probably should be. Is he a little on the weak side? Maybe, but like I'm still getting a lot of value from Doctor Strange, and if you look at the leaderboards, you will see that Doctor Strange is played a lot. Like you would expect Magneto to be meta this season, and really like Doctor Strange is everywhere in the higher ranks. And like you have to be a lot more patient with him. You have to be more like, I'll use my darkness expel ability more on the back. Whenever my backline gets dived, even if I only have 50 of it charged up, I still just expel it on him, and that's enough. Normally enough to make the divers back off, stuff like that. Shield's still very strong. Like he doesn't have the kill potential he did before, so giving him, like allowing his Eye of Agamotto to activate faster, sure, no problem, but that's only effective if you're going to spam it out. With it being like, you're still going to save it for just the right opportunity. A lot of times this 3400 to 3100 isn't really going to make that much of a difference, other than for the niche scenarios where you need your ultimate really, really quickly. Let's take a look at Groot. Reduce the health of Iron Wall from 700 to 600. I don't think this is going to do anything. For one, like Groot's still going to be banned every game. The reason for this isn't because of the health of his Iron Wall. The reason of this is because he has 3 walls that he can throw at your face anytime. Like this, going from 700 to 600, sure, it does feel like you're punching that wall for like an hour before it does break. But like, if they're going to do this, they need to reduce the health of like all 3 of his both of his walls. He technically gets 3 because he can put up 2 little walls and 1 big wall, or 2 big walls. But like if they want to do this, they need to reduce the health of this as well as his little walls. But I also understand that higher ranks is like the little walls blow up relatively quickly, and then this is the wall that becomes annoying because you can shoot it for like an hour and doesn't go away. Or if you like wall off one person has to try to break through the wall, depending on who you are. Yeah, you're just sitting there smacking it for an entire team fight. It sucks. So I get it, but at the same time, he's still getting banned every game. I'm still not dealing with him because the walls are obnoxious. Spider-Man, here's a juicy one. Decrease the damage range of amazing combo from 5-meter radius to 4-meter radius. That's it. You can give it more than that. The problem with his little uppercut bullcrap is that it's an AoE radius thing instead of like a cone in front of him. I don't understand why you don't have to look at the target to pull this off. Why am I allowed to stand 4 meters away, looking at completely away from my target and still hit them with this? It's just absurd. And like, it also makes it harder because like, or easier because, hey, the Spider-Man's going to do their weird buggy tech where they grapple the floor, launch themselves at the enemy, and then just uppercut through them. It's like, I understand, but at the same time, it's like, I really think you should have to be able to look at your target to pull off the uppercut. I don't understand why it's an AoE thing. But sure, any nerfs to Spider-Man, I'm happy with. I will accept. Winter Soldier. Adjust the Tainted Voltage ability to have 2 charge levels while keeping the cooldown time unchanged. This is his E. This is his projectile punch thing. And from reading this, it looks like they're giving him 2 of those, which seems weird to me. Why would you buff him in that way? Are they doing this because they nerfed his ult? So like you get like, how did they nerf his ult? I forgot how they nerfed it. If they made the timer shortened or if they made it harder to get his ult. I don't remember which one, but they did nerf his ult. I wonder if they're doing this so he can charge his ult faster. Because that's the primary use of these of Tainted Voltage is to spam it at the enemy team and just build up your ult charge by hitting like 5 enemies. So I wonder if that's why. Adam Warlock. Add a new effect to Quantum Magic when a critical hit lands on an enemy. Reduce the cooldown timer of Avatar Lifestream by 1 second. Last patch, I believe this was increased by 10 seconds, the Avatar Lifestream, which is an insane amount, to be honest. Like, it should have been, maybe if they're going to nerf it, they should have done it, like, increased it by like 5 seconds at most. I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's like, you got to land critical hits. It's like, how many critical hits are you actually... If you could land critical hits with your right click, I could see this being useful. But the fact is you have to land critical hits with your left click, and at that point, like, the 10 seconds doesn't matter too much. I think it's like 40 seconds or 50 seconds, somewhere around there total. So over the course of the fight, you can probably end up decreasing it by like 15 seconds. So I get where the skill aspect comes into it, and it is interesting how they're going to do this. I'm curious on how this is going to play out. I don't hate it. I don't like. I'm not against it. I'm fine. It seems like a nice little thing to add to Adam. I still think the nerf last patch was still too much for him. Cloak and Dagger. As Cloak increased the damage of the Dark Force Cloak by 75 seconds to 80 seconds. Increase the damage. Why are you discussing seconds though? 75 per second to 80 per second. Cloak Dark Force Cloak doesn't do overtime damage. It does the blind, but the blind doesn't last for 80 seconds, right? We'll just assume it does 75 damage to 80 damage. So Dark Force Cloak, the blinding rectangle does more damage now. Okay. As Dagger increased the damage of Light Force Dagger on hits from 15-18. This is her primary. The auto lock on primary attack from 15-18. This is fine. This is going to make it a lot easier for Cloak and for Dagger to deal with flyers. It's going to make it a lot easier for her to deal with Spider-Man. So now Cloak and Dagger might be a reliable option to pick against Fireboy and Iron Man and probably even Fisty Boy, because including like if you blind him and then start just pumping out the damage into him, you can probably deal with Fisty Boy. I think Cloak and Dagger is probably going to be a strong pick now going forward against a lot of dive comps, just because you can actually deal a lot better damage against a lot of these comps, especially since you don't have to aim a lot of times now. So I can see Cloak and Dagger being played a lot more with these changes here. Luna Snow, we're ramping up. Just the damage fall off of light and dark ice from 60% at 40 meters to 75%. That's her primary. I don't like sure, but at the same time, like the problem with the meta right now is not Luna being able to do damage from a distance. Like, sure, it's going to help her snipe off stragglers a lot easier, but at the same time, like the issue with the meta right now is the supports are just getting dived by like 5 people at the same time. The issue isn't being able to reliably do damage from a distance. Or maybe they are doing this for the flyers. Because at the same, it feels like less of a diver patch and more of a anti-flyer patch. That's what a lot of these changes are. That's with Winter Soldier's Tainted Voltage as well. Because if I remember right, like Tainted Voltage knocks flyers out of the sky, doesn't it? Wait, is that what this is? This is just a community. This is a survivability. So anti-flyer buff. This is just a buff to his Avatar live stream because they nerfed it too much last season. All right, at the beginning of season 1, anti-flyer buff. And anti-dive, but mostly anti-flyer buff, this part here. Anti-flyer buff. That's what this is. Mantis, increase the hit damage of life energy blast from 50 to 55. That's her primary damage. She does more damage now. Sure, it allows her to better fight back against getting dived all the time, but at the same time, it still feels like an anti-flyer buff. But at the same time, like, sure, does more damage. I'm fine with anything Mantis is getting because I'm a little biased towards Mantis. I love playing Mantis. She's felt incredibly weak this season just because of how easily she can be jumped now and because of her health decrease at the beginning of season 1. So it's like, why do I like I can play Mantis and hate my life, or I can just play Rocket and be relatively safe. This is the team up with Captain America and Winter Soldier. Now it provides 50 bonus health to allies within range. No one cares. No one's using this ability. It's very rarely do you ever see this ability get used. No one cares about it. The problem is it requires both players to hit a button. Stop giving abilities where both players got to hit a button. Like on Hulk and Thing with Wolverine, it's interesting. Sure, you grab him and throw him. There's a lot of setup time to that. This is mid-fight you're expected to do this. Like a lot of times when the opportunity arises, like most people are going to forget they even have this thing. It's like I'll be in the middle of a fight and I'll just randomly hit the button. Maybe it activates, maybe or it doesn't if the other player decides they want to activate it as well. But there's no planning, there's no setup to this, there's no readying of this. Like you can do whatever you want to this ability. It doesn't make it stupid and clunky. So anyways, this is the patch notes for coming out tomorrow. It really does just feel anti-flyer, a lot of it. Like tanks survive less, buff to Doctor Strange, screw Spider-Man, we need more nerfs. Winter Soldier, anti-flyer. It feels like Flamey Boy has been taking over the meta, and he feels like he has been. And a lot of these changes feel like it's anti-Flame Boy. So we'll see how it goes. Update actually comes out on a Wednesday because it says up here 4/30/2025, which is earlier than you would expect. You would expect this patch to come out on Friday, but it comes out on a Wednesday, which I don't think I've ever seen a patch come out early. So they must have been really rushing this out. I want more. I want more thoughts. They don't give me any more thoughts other than the notices before that I didn't really cover, and I need to start covering. I will cover more in the future whenever more news drops, stuff like that. Anyways, good luck with your climb. Let me know what you thought of these notes, patch notes, in the comments below. And good luck with the game. Bye.